Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I see you in the chat. Let's get it. Let's get it. Let me know where y'all tuning in from. Yes, this weekend was crazy. I'll be going over all of that. Yo, let me know how you guys feeling in the chat. Let me know. Let me know. How you guys feeling? We're about to get started in the next 1 or 2 minutes. Let's go. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. We about to go ahead and get this stream started. How you guys feeling? How you guys feeling? Let me know in the chat box below. How you guys feeling before we start off this week? I'm feeling blessed. I'm feeling blessed. I'm feeling grateful. I'm feeling amazing. Let me go ahead and get my camera. There we go. Let's get it. We are officially live. Cannot wait to give you guys some updates on the market. Salute to my guy Tony Gold and Free Zone Lou in the chat box below. We got some news cooking for this weekend. I would definitely like to go over not only just that, but the crypto markets. We do want to go over the crypto markets. We do want to go over the stock market. We do want to go over these different type of markets getting into the week. And I will also be dropping a little sauce on the futures side. You know, we will be executing on some setups probably this week. Don't want to guarantee that, but I do want to actually go ahead and make sure that you guys are prepared for the week so you guys don't miss anything. So on Monday, I do want to just let you guys know we do have Empire State Manufacturing Index. This is tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. This is the level of index based on surveyed manufacturers in the New York State. If this comes out greater than forecast, it would be good for the currency. It is not expected to come out greater for the currency, but if you look at this chart right here, I mean, for the most part, we kind of just broke out of an accumulation range on the dollar. So I don't know if Monday might be the release tomorrow that you might be looking for, but we still be paying attention for the most part. Core retail sales is expected to come out flat, and this is the change of total value of sales at the retail level, not including automobiles. This is core, but retail sales, that includes cars and everything, and it's actually forecasted to beat previous and actually come out higher. That would mean good for the dollar. So to be honest, I expect probably Monday to be that sell-off on the dollar to buy up on Tuesday. So early week, I probably will be looking to have a small retracement on the dollar before we can actually continue towards the upside. We have a lot of liquidity resting, and we just broke out of some very strong accumulation right here. So if I'm looking at Monday, I would expect the dollar to sell off probably early week, give us some sort of retracement, give us some sort of pullback, if possible, to actually have us continue buying up this trend. There is an imbalance here that I do want to point out. Right? This imbalance level, I want you guys to keep an eye on it, because it's the last level that we kind of just left a big gap in the market. If you guys are new to the charts, or maybe you guys have not really traded these patterns or concepts before, we like to look at these inefficiencies and these imbalances, because when it comes down to it, you guys could really find some good entries at these zones. And these are areas where price has not retested. When it comes down to it, I want you guys to know that the market will never leave you completely. So even though the dollar is on a heavy bullish path right now, don't really FOMO into the market. We want to look at our zones. We want to look at our sessions very clearly. So for the most part, I will probably be looking bearish, but to start off the week, and then later on, once we have core retail sales and retail sales is probably the one that you should be looking at even further, because this has the total value of sales at the retail level, including automobiles, and it's expected to come out better. And I do kind of see that happening, because last reading we came out at 0. I don't think they'll come out at 0 again. So yeah, they have to change this at some point. And if it's bearish dollar, then we'll have a little bit more data leading up until then. But for now, we want to just kind of continue with that continuation over reversals bias. Now on Thursday, we do have unemployment claims. Unemployment claims is expected to come out lower. This would not mean good for the dollar, but for the most part, we'll see how unemployment claims comes out around then and see where the price is around here. We do have Friday flash manufacturing PMI, and this coming out greater would mean good for the currency. Previous was at 51.3. It's possible that we do come out higher. If you look at flash services PMI, it is expected to come out lower as well. So we'll see how the dollar actually plans out for the beginning of this week. See how far up we can go, and if there is a sell side opportunity, we'll keep it in mind and we'll look at it. It will most likely be around these ranges. I'll let you guys know right now. Since there's a lot of news this week, it'll probably be up into these higher imbalance zones. So if I clear out some of these sessions and I leave my chart blank, it'll probably be in these higher ranges that we see the dollar start selling off. So maybe we have to fill some inefficiency or sweep some liquidity before we actually go ahead and start selling off. It's a possibility, right? It's such a possibility for us to sell off, but it's so high up that I don't want to predict that far ahead, and I don't want to go into the market hoping that it'll sell off. There's a possibility that it'll sell off, but at this point in time, we do have to play with the data and understand what the data is giving us and follow that direction entirely. Now this is a dollar for you guys and the fundamental outlook for the week. You guys are going to want to pay attention for the entirety of this week. I will be going live and I will be bright and early with you guys trading, looking at setups, looking at potential entries. Is a possibility we could even get into an entry tonight. I just am not really looking to force anything at this point in time. So we'll see how the market pans out as we get closer to the end of the week. Now, GBP USD. Let's look at GBP USD. That is probably going to be the first currency that I look to trade. Go ahead and remove all of these drawings over here. And for the most part, GBP USD is kind of sitting at a very important level. Since we are looking for the dollar to sell off at the beginning of this week, I probably would be looking for GBP USD to come and clean some of this imbalance lower. Possibly if we can clean some of this imbalance and break above this high, give us a mini break of structure, retest towards the upside, that would be a nice little London session, Asian session. It's kind of getting a little bit later towards London session that this would play out. So just keep an eye out on this, probably around midnight. If it was at entry right now, I would take it, but I would also want to see a 5-minute candle or at least a 3-minute candle actually give us a solid reaction once we actually test down to this lower range. So if we can get a sweep of this low and a test down here and it closes on some higher volume, we get a reaction of that, this would be worth taking towards the upside. And we'll have to reevaluate for sure once we get up here. But these lows, again, since I am looking at earlier week sells on the dollar, don't try to trade everything. So don't force it. But I'm just letting you guys know I would be looking for something like this on GBP USD. Same with gold. I am looking bullish gold. And now looking at the market, we probably won't test down all the way low, like all the way down to where I had it on Friday. I really did want it to test all the way back down to this range because this was our last down candle before the up move right over here. And if we pay attention to this last down candle before the up move and we mark it off, the market came down, failed to actually fill. It filled the imbalance. It tested the imbalance, but it didn't actually test the candle. So there's two levels of the last down candle before the up move. You could play the imbalance or you can play the actual candle, the last down candle. This is technically the last down candle. So it didn't actually quite play the imbalance, technically. It did not fill the imbalance fully. So the market actually came back down to grab liquidity one last time. This happened during New York session. It was a little bit later. It was at like 12 o'clock. It was outside of our trading time. So when you're trading, sometimes there's going to be setups that happened outside of your trading time and you don't actually get in the market. But that's fine because you can always reevaluate and see the next setup. And that's what we're looking at right now. We're seeing now, after the market has painted this low to us, we're going to use this as a solid structural low, especially how it swiped liquidity, filled imbalance, and is now making a move. We're going to use that low to see if we can get some possible entries towards the upside on gold. If you look at the weekly chart, we did close as a weekly engulfing candle. So I'm very curious to see how this next week will form. For the most part, I do actually see this week closing bullish, especially how harsh to the upside last week closed. I would not be surprised if we actually continue this trend towards the upside. We have a bullish daily engulfing candle. It is a possibility that now that you see gold you want to play at the bottom of these ranges. There is a possibility that we break the range, but just knowing how bullish we are, I would really not fade this. And I would actually continue towards the direction of the upside. So kicking off the week, we are bullish GBP USD and gold. And we are looking for these things to actually retest maybe one more time for London. I'm not going to force any entries, but if you want to know my exact levels where I would actually enter gold, it would be at this imbalance down here. I would be looking for an entry around here. If we don't really quite react there, I would probably be looking at the last down candle before the up moves on gold. And for most people that are lower risk, they would probably be looking at this imbalance down here to actually take these entries. This would probably be the lowest risk, highest reward entry, because you're not risking too much, but your reward is a 1 to 5 risk to reward trade setup right here. So potential 1 to 5 setup here on gold. For GBP USD, the risk to reward is actually like crazy. The risk to reward would be insane on this one. This is like a 1 to 10. Easy 1 to 10. I'm going to set an alert down there as well. See how we react around that imbalance. This looks solid. There's a possibility we don't react. There definitely is a possibility that we just continue towards the downside. And we'll keep an eye out on it. For the most part, that is what I'm looking at. Drop what pairs you guys are trading this week. What pairs are you guys looking at? And how can I actually go ahead and look at your guys' setups? Drop some charts in the chat if you have any charts that you're looking at. I know some of the guys in the Discord are already getting started for the week. So if you have any charts, you're looking at the charts right now, especially if you're on this live stream, you're home. I hope you're on your laptop. I hope you're on some sort of device where you can mimic these charts, where you can actually mark these things up. As you guys know, we are trading on the futures charts. So even though I'm looking at GBP USD and XAU USD, right, I do want to go ahead and point out that you guys can trade these same pairs on the futures market. All you have to do is find the exact futures equivalent of the pair. So if you're looking to trade GBP USD, all you have to do is look at 6B on the futures side. So we can easily still trade these Forex currencies on the futures side by utilizing the futures contracts. So GBP USD, it's actually a contract of the Great Britain pound, and it looks very similar. It actually is almost identical, the GBP USD and 6B chart. And micro gold is what I would be looking at for gold. I want you guys to understand there's also micro 6B. So I would actually be trading the micro 6B to actually lower my risk on my setups. So for you guys that maybe feel like you do not meet the capital requirements, or you do not have enough leverage to trade on the future side, I'm letting you guys know that they have these micro contracts. So what the micro contracts means is, for example, if I were to put in a trade on micro 6B and the stop loss was 2664, and I wanted to risk $150, it's going to allow me to put 10 micro contracts on this trade, 10 lots technically, but they're 10 units contracts on the future side. Now, if you have lower account balances, this is great, because if you were actually on 6B regular and you were putting that same stop loss and you were putting that same risk of $150, it would only allow you to do one contract. It would only allow you to put one lot, one unit on that trade setup. And I want you guys to understand that when you're trading on lower account balances, it's harder to really follow a trade management plan. It's really hard to follow a risk management plan when you're only allowed to do one lot, one unit. You can't really scale out. You can't really move your stop loss to break even. You're at kind of mercy of that position, and you're so emotionally attached to that one position. As opposed if you were trading things like the micros on micro Great Britain pound, micro gold, you would be less attached to how much contracts and how much lots you have on that setup. You would be able to move stop loss to break even. You would be able to take out some profits from the table and still hold sometimes. A lot of the times when you're so emotionally attached to one trade, it causes you to close early. Sometimes it causes you to actually not move your stop loss to break even, because you're really holding with the hopes, or maybe you don't take any partials because you only have one contract and you want to hold that one contract forever. Maybe you close early because you're scared that your profit would go away. A lot of things that can mess up your trading. So I hope you guys are aware of the micro contracts. I will be trading the micro gold and the micro Great Britain pound this week, and I look to stay around that 8 contract size, right around that $115 risk, especially for my 10 to 20 tick stop loss. I look to stay around 8 contracts, especially on the micro Great Britain pound, and you guys can easily trade 8 contracts on an actual futures broker or a futures prop firm. If you guys do not have a futures brokerage set up, I want you guys to go to tradeovate.com. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat. And if you do not have a futures account, you can go to tradeovate.com. Let me make sure it's the proper link I'm sending you guys. If you do not have a futures account, you can simply just go to tradeovate.com, set up an account there, and they have a demo account that you can test out on Tradeovate. You will not be able to connect it to TradingView like I have it right here unless you pay the extra $10 for the TradingView add-on. So once you get onto Tradeovate, understand there's no free demo account on futures. They will give you a free demo account for 14 days, but you will have to pay for the TradingView add-on, which is about $14 monthly. Now, if you want to get around that and you don't want to pay for the TradingView data, then you could simply just get a prop firm account. Even if you get a live funded account on TradeStation, understand that this data with some accounts are included, and with some accounts you would have to purchase. With prop firms, they actually already include the TradingView data in the pricing, so you can automatically connect your Tradeovate account directly to TradingView. On the prop firm Take Profit Trader, it's already included, and there's no activation fees once you guys get funded on Take Profit Trader, which is why I really like the firm a lot. There are a lot of other firms that I would actually like, especially since a lot of my students use, which is Top Step. And Top Step is great as well. I would definitely recommend them. They have a great plan, and they actually do have Top Step X. Top Step X is a great platform. I've tested it out, and you can actually connect your Top Step account to TradingView by paying for the TradingView data. Now with Take Profit Trader, it's already included. So understand that. It's a little bit more expensive, but it's already included, and you don't have to pay activation fees and whatnot. So always weigh out the costs and the risk to reward, and just get in the game, right? Just get in the game, get in with a small account, even get in with even 25, 50, a small account, throw some money on the table, get you a Tradevate account. You know, let's get on the micro pound, the micro gold, and catch these setups this week. One thing I do want to let you guys know is that there is no spreads or slippage on your execution. So when you guys see me execute on a setup, for example, let's say I were to take, looking at gold, I do see the fact that we just closed as an engulfing 5-minute chart. Does look pretty bullish, but I'm not sure if it'll hold. We'll have to see how the 1 hour closes as well. The 1 hour close is going to be very, very crucial. On the 3-minute, it looks all right as well. It looks like it's starting to move upwards. GBP USD as well. I'm not gonna lie, it is making a small reaction at these lows over here. Damn, GBP, USD, and gold are looking like they want to start making some moves tonight, even. This 5-minute candle, I mean, I'm not too sure about GU. Looking at structure, it looks interesting. It looks interesting. It looks like they don't want to hold off. They do want to kind of just continue at market open. Very interesting. Let's say I were to take it 2322.2323. Oh, not this one. Micro gold. The micro 6B contract is a little messed up. My future side. Gold contract looks okay. I don't know why my pound contract looks like that. Interesting for sure. I think pound might come back and actually sweep some liquidity. All right, I think the Great Britain pound wants to come back down and sweep some liquidity. Gold does want to buy up from what it's looking like. Salute to my brother Mike Lang in the chat, man. Dope trader as well. And my guy be going crazy on the Pine script from what I've been hearing. So GBP USD actually did just close as a 5-minute engulfing. You know, I do like the price action. I can't even lie. So it's worth me taking an attempt on GU 26733. I'm just gonna put my stop loss down here, 2664.4. I'm gonna put 6 units. Huh. That's weird. I might have to actually log on to Trade-Avate and get into this account. Let me go ahead and type in my password. One second, y'all. Let me get the right. Just want to make sure I got the right contract on the screen before I actually go ahead and talk even further. Yeah, for some reason this order is getting rejected. Maybe we execute on micro gold. I just don't really want to force anything. I'll probably run my stop loss down here, 2337.4. Maybe it's a blessing that they're not letting us execute. Let's watch it closely. I didn't actually enter quite yet. I actually really wanted to get into the Great Britain pound. I don't think the contract is open right now. I'm trying to find the right contract. I try to enter a trade. Just keep saying order rejected. Yeah, that's weird, man. That's weird. I don't think is open yet. Sometimes some contracts are not even like available to trade. Damn. I don't want to get too distracted. I know that's a distraction in itself. Just looking at these pairs and it's like not even executing. That's tough. I'm gonna figure this out. Does anybody like these buys as well? I know I'm not the only one. So weird. I do like gold. We'll continue to monitor it. I am feeling the gold setup. I just want to make sure that we enter at the right level. Okay. It looks okay. It looks okay about almost. Yeah, I think we're gonna enter. 2337.4. Want to put $100. $150 would be for. Now let's just keep it at 100. 3 units. All right. So my orders get filled on micro gold. That's fine. I'm not complaining whatsoever. I actually did prefer to get into gold. We want to just pick one, so we don't want to kind of over leverage. What confirmation do I have? So this is my confirmation, right? You know, one of the best trades that you guys can take. So before I go on to my little rant, right, we are in this gold setup. It's pretty low risk. Um, you know, I'll probably look to take this to up here. If you're in this setup, understand that I am pretty like low risk because we are the first trade of the week. But we are in this setup, and it's about a 0.25% risk. And to be honest, it's based off of the fact that we're bullish gold. We've been bullish gold. There's not really a lot of imbalance lower. The dollar, we do want an early week sell-off, so we're gonna be looking bullish pairs like GU and gold. We're gonna be generally looking bullish the GU and gold pairs. So if we want to see the dollar actually sell off to start the week, we could be completely wrong. Understand that, right? We could be completely wrong, and all of this could go against us. But the confirmations that we have is that, number one, this is a big supply candle that we reacted off of last week. So if we want to buy up immensely, and we're looking at the fundamental news events, we're looking at these news events to come in around Tuesday for the dollar to continue towards the upside. So what does that mean, right? It could come in Tuesday, or it can come in Thursday, it can come in Friday, right? The volatility can come in at any moment. But at this current time, there's not really a lot of volatility controlling the market. So, you know, in order to actually see that volatility come in, we want to see imbalance get filled. We're bullish the dollar, but temporarily to start the week, bearish. So let's see how it plays out. You know, we are very bullish the gold. This is an accumulation. I want you guys to also study this because gold is looking like accumulation playing out. So like I said, we've gone over this the entire stream. We're looking at this as a solidified low. So take it or leave it. That's it. We're in the trade setup. We know our risk, and we're not gonna second guess it. So that's that. Again, no spreads, no slippage on any of my executions whatsoever. So once 3-minute candle, like, you know, we're good. We probably end up going break even once we actually break this high. So if we break this high real fast, like, I would look to go break even pretty quick. I don't want to let this thing go against me too many times. GBP USD is looking like it's buying up. I don't know what was going on with the contracts, but you know, I hope anybody took that 5-minute candle play. I mean, you know, we were very clear about the two pairs that we were looking at to start the stream, GBP USD and gold. We were also very clear about the direction. Now, even though it didn't actually come down and retest like all the way down, this is something that you guys, especially my students that are in my course, can understand and recognize when seeing these 5-minute candles. We look at volume as well, but it wasn't quite confirmed on the volume side, but it actually did grab liquidity. So we like to look at 5-minute, 15-minute candles that can grab liquidity and close very, very like strongly towards that other direction. This candle did swipe some liquidity and close pretty strongly towards the upside. So, you know, the reaction off of it, as long as the next candle, if you're playing these 5-minute candles and you're playing these lower time frame candles, the next candle right after it has to react bullish like immediately. If you're playing things on lower time frames like this, like for example over here, like this bearish engulfing candle, the next candle following it right after was not a good follow through. That follow through was weak. We did not actually continue towards the downside. We actually closed as a bullish. So I could have told you already that that candle was not going to hold. So for the most part, these bullish reactions early week on GU is looking great. Gold is also looking great. Drop some dollar signs in the chat if you're in profit on this gold setup with me. We were very clear about this setup. We took it live on stream with you guys, and I hope that we can go break even very soon on this trade setup. Come on, nobody took that. Nobody took the trade. Who took the trade? Who took GU? Who took go? If you're in any trades, drop a 1 in the chat. If you're not in any trades, drop a 2. It's fine if you decided to not take any trades. That's fine as well. If you decided to sit on your hands, that's okay. But we're gonna rock out with gold. That's it. I'm not taking more trades. That's it. We're gonna go break even once we clear the highs. I'm not gonna lie, Great Britain pound looks good as well, but I'm not gonna over leverage. I'm just pointing out the fact that Great Britain pound also looks clean. I just gotta point that out. So we'll continue to monitor this for sure. Definitely gonna take some time to actually play out as well. So we've got 7 minutes left on the 1 hour candle. This 1 hour candle has to close somewhat bullish to convince me otherwise. If you guys can get the retest of this candle, it would look good as well. So like if it starts retesting, I'm telling you guys, GU probably is going to go as well. I'm kind of like salty. Then let me execute my 8 contracts. You know what's funny? It might like let me now. Like now that I'm in the gold trade, I just know it'll let me. Let's say I would try to execute. My stop loss would be right below here. So I would be playing this. I think if we break here, then it's gone. It could retest one more time down. That's why I picked gold, because I think gold is probably not going to play any games like that, even though it is right now. Huh. 6B looks great, but what would be our risk to reward? Let me just, this is how 2683. Let's say I were to put, I can get in this very low risk on micro 6B if it even lets me execute, because I only put 8 contracts on anyways. 2683. I just don't even know if I would even run my risk that low. It's worth a stab. Like it's definitely worth a stab. 2683 as your stop, and then maybe you put like $50. Right now we're up. We're up on gold. So I just don't really want to over leverage. So I would actually cut my risk in half on this setup, and I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna do. So if I'm putting in 2683 and I put in $105 risk, I'm only putting like $60 risk on this setup. Technically I'm only putting $50 risk, because as you guys can see, the order just keeps rejecting. So I'm not even going to enter that setup. I'm going to just focus on gold. That's so whack. That's so whack. $6BU. All right, I'm on it right now. M6BU. I can't even put. This is it, M6BU 2024. Damn, man. This is September though. Damn, it is the September contract. Damn, bro. They playing with me. I'm gonna figure that out. M6B. I don't even want to trade the regular 6B either. 2684. Do you guys see? I were to put my stop loss right there, like what I was saying, and put $50 risk. I could only put like one unit, one contract on that actual setup. So if I can't trade a micro, I can't even trade this thing at all. Try one more time. We're just gonna pay attention to gold. I believe that it'll open around 12. Understand, sometimes the currency markets on the future side don't open until 12. Right? Some futures contracts are not like overnight. They're not available overnight on some feeds. Now, when it gets later on during the week, I believe that that would be fixed. That's why the gold market, do you guys understand the gold market is already open, which is why it lets us even trade this. It doesn't let us trade the Great Britain pound market. It's not open yet. That market is not open yet. What market is open though is actually, look at some cryptos here on this call. You know what's crazy? A lot of cryptos are popping off, and even right now there's an Iggy Azalea token that's up 36% right now. It's number 13 on the market. But you guys already know I'm definitely more paying attention to the Andrew Tate and Top G tokens. I'm way more exposed and way more knowledgeable on the GameStop, AMC, Andrew Tate community. So if I am looking at communities, right, these meme coins thrive off of community. Whoever has the biggest community could win the race. What is the most gainers right now? What are the ones that are gaining the most traction right now? And which ones actually gained the most traction is actually the presidential tokens. So I'll go over Bowden, Geo Bowden, right? Geo Bowden right now is actually sitting at a really, really good level, Geo Bowden. And Geo Bowden actually ran the first week that it launched 2,000%. So if you would have got in the first week that the Bowden token launched, you would have been up 2,000% on your entry. Now it did retrace and it's back at entry. And if you look at it from a bigger time frame than not just the daily, everybody that's looking on the daily is probably freaking out. Everybody that's looking on the 4 hour is probably freaking out. But if you look at the daily, the weekly, and you look at the monthly chart, this token is just getting started, right? This token is just getting started, and if it continues, then we can actually see a higher run. Same with the Trump, right? For you guys that follow the presidential, right? This is the number one pretty much out right now, Trump. And you know, to be honest, if we can get a retracement back down, which is gonna be unlikely because this token from the first week has already ran 1400%, and some tokens just stick. This one is looking like it's just gonna stick, and there's a lot of them that will do the same, right? They sometimes have these initial good weeks, and then it has a crazy bad week, maybe followed by 3 bad weeks. But if you look on the higher time frame, you guys see the actual potential of seeing what Trump did. Imagine what can happen to tokens like Bowden, right? Even tokens like Tucker, right? These tokens have a community. So people that follow Trump, people that follow Joe Biden, people that follow Tucker Carlson, right? People that follow these big events understand this token went up 10,000% and is now on a retrace. So you guys have to go ahead and pay attention to these tokens. The number one are for Andrew Tate. I do got to talk about it. I am looking at entries on this token. I will drop this chart in the Telegram chat as well, because I saw this token when it first launched, and I got in a little bit, but I didn't get in as much as I wanted to. And I will be looking for re-entries around here on this coin. So I'm going to drop this in the chat. Anybody that's not in premium, I'm gonna stop dropping stuff to like non-premium. But for now, I'm gonna keep dropping them. I'm gonna keep dropping the crypto charts to non-premium members, just because I just want to show love. Gold is a little bit down. GBP USD retested the entry. It looks like a nice retest to even get in right now, but let's just hold our horses, because we are waiting on gold a little bit. We are waiting on gold. I still am holding gold, by the way, so I have not given up yet on this setup. That's fine that it did actually retest one more time. We will pay attention to it and see how it reacts. We just kind of want to set it and forget it. So yeah, I just dropped this chart in the Discord. If you guys are not in the Discord, feel free to join. The link is in the description. If you do not have the link, I'll go ahead and drop it in the chat. You guys can join the Discord completely for free, but understand there are a little bit more premium access. Anybody that is a part of my course does automatically get access to the premium. Now, if you do not have access to my course, that's fine. You guys can go on the website, and there is a small payment plan to get the premium on a monthly, right? I usually don't even do monthly subscriptions. I don't usually do those type of things. I usually like to just only focus on my course students. But I'm about to start back really going hard in the Profit Society Premium. We've already been going hard, but I'm going to tell you guys right now, there's going to be a big wave coming inside of the Profit Society. So you guys are not going to want to miss it. And it's going to be crazy. So this is a token to pay attention to. If you guys are paying attention to the GameStop, I've been dropping a lot about GameStop lately as well. And I do want to just go over this. I talked about this to the premium members. And this is a crazy, crazy theory, right? This theory right here. And it said, today's annual meeting was cut short by technical issues. So GME annual meeting was cut short by technical issues. Some people said that it was a DDoS attack. Some people said there was the servers, but they rescheduled it to June 17th. What is significant about this day? It's National Take Your Cat to Work Day. And, maybe they pop up and say, oh, we're taking our cat to work, Roaring Kitty. And Roaring Kitty pops up in the GameStop office. And he already has enough shares to join the board of directors. So I wouldn't be surprised if he shows up in the office at that meeting on June 17th announcing something. right? Because they rescheduled the meeting to June 17th. And that day is a very significant day. Take your cat to work. So imagine if they bring him on the meeting. I bet they were supposed to bring him on the meeting, but they kind of just did this as to kind of as a slick way to delay the meeting, right? News events, big shareholder meetings. These can mean big movements for the price of a stock. And if you guys are not in stocks, understand there's a community rallying behind the same idea on the Solana network. And we've been looking at this project, and it's looking pretty solid as well. It's looking pretty solid as well for us to continue towards the upside. So I will continue to eye out on GME. AMC is also another one. If you look at the chart, let's go back to gold, check on it one more time. We're still waiting. We're still waiting. But let's look at AMC for a little bit. AMC, it had a big run up. Now it's in kind of like this flag pattern. And we are coming down to some imbalance that we are looking to fill. I will expect, especially at the ranges that we're in, it's kind of like, how much farther can it really go? It can go farther, for sure. But seeing a monthly candle close like this, very bullish, I do expect some sort of follow through to at least fill this wick. Right? I'm not saying the moon just yet. The moon is a possibility. The moon is a possibility. But at least a wick fill. At least a wick fill could give you 150%. Right? This is why I say, you guys can use your resources. Use the information you have to your advantage, because even 150% gain, right? A lot of people, to double your money, a lot of people look for those type of things and search for those type of things all their life, but they have it right in front of them with these candles. So that's just a simple low risk, high reward. AMC, even GME, right? GME is looking like it's upticking crazy. We're on an uptick. We are on an uptick on this. There's no denying it. There's no denying the uptick here, and there's no denying that there is an imbalance that we just filled and quickly rebounded off of, right? So this imbalance last week was very important, because we came down to that imbalance, wicked it, and reacted very, very nicely. $23 was a perfect entry. We went over that last week on our Sunday call. We were looking for that to play out. And now that we're above $23, I don't expect us to stay below 30 for too long. Like, we will not stay below 30, right? Anything below 30, anything below $30 is great on GME to take this thing to the upside. Anything below 5, right? Anything below 5 on AMC, right? Anything below 5, right? I'm literally like giving you guys a play right here. So GME, AMC, easy play. And there's also crypto. There's also a crypto as well on it. And for the most part, AMC is very, very low cap. AMC is sitting at 3.5 million market cap, and it has not even broken out yet. This is way below a penny. If you would have gotten down here at 1 million market cap, you've seen upwards of 17,000% return. And even from where we're at with our entry to the highs, they're looking like great setups, right? Great setups towards the upside. So I will go ahead and drop these in the Discord as well, right? Just to keep you guys updated on the project. It's very low cap as well. So I will be keeping an eye out, and I am in these projects. So I'm not going to drop any projects to you guys that I'm not really in, right? I actually am in these 2 projects. So I think these are great. If you understand the Solana ecosystem, you do have to kind of understand that it's very low cap. This is 92 million. GameStop is at 92 million. If the trend continues, we would really want to see 1 billion on the actual project. GME is a little bit lower, so we're gonna take. AMC is a little bit lower, so we're gonna kind of take advantage of that and get in things like AMC. So yeah, AMC looks great. GME also looks great. If you're following those 2 projects, follow them with me. I am on Twitter. I am way more active on Twitter. Can you drop the chart or the contract address? Because there's one on BNB and there's one on Base. I just want to make sure that I'm looking at the right one. Maybe I need to go on to CoinMarketCap and check it out. All right, we got the music back. Wax. Is this a Wax P? This thing just dropped crazy. But still, it's low. It's low. Everything is low. Everything is low. I mean, the highest was like 4. This was back in 2017, though. Like, waiting through 2. Oh my god. Like, I can't even imagine waiting again for this thing. I would never. Bro. I don't know. I'm also not too much into BNB coins right now either. So if you're in, stay in. Stay in. Don't sell because I told you that. Because this thing is down 99%. If you're in now is probably the time to get in. But it just looks like kind of dead to me. So I wouldn't put too much faith into it. There's also not a lot of like news coming out that's like bullish, sending this thing higher, right? Like how much volume, how many transactions, right? I know what they did back in 2017 when they launched, but what have they been doing lately? And I really haven't been seeing nothing. So I don't play short squeezes like that all the time. I know I'm looking at GME and AMC, and all of you guys are probably gonna go onto all your charts and look for all the best short squeezes. Right? This is not something that happens often. Short squeezes when you buy into things that are down for like ever and they just start short squeezing. Right? That doesn't happen all the time. Right? So if you're getting into projects, you wanna look for like solid growth. You wanna actually see things solidly growing year after year, like Solana. Right? Solana. Right? Solidly growing year after year, right? When Binance first listed it, then NFTs, then SoulPay, a lot of things started coming out. The Sega phone. Once the Sega phone, actually came out and sold out, the phone actually really like thrived and created this token to go to the moon. So it's all based off of how the project is moving. This thing hasn't, like, I haven't heard anything from them in like such a long time. These guys are constantly working. Solana is constantly working and is constantly doing things to continue to grow. So this is going to be $1,000 token one day. Being at $148, we are looking at this thing very early, right? Especially especially after seeing things like these come out, news like this come out that are very bullish. Last time news like this came out that was very bullish, price was sitting at around $40-$30 and it ran to 250, right? We can see something similar like that happen, at least 100% to 300. And once we break those highs at 250 and we go to 300, it's gone from there. It's gone from there. Everybody's going to pick up on the Solana ecosystem, and it'll be a major player this bull run in the crypto cycle. The amount of volume and transactions, Solana has been beating out every single other chain. Toncoin is another chain as well. Honestly, it's already running, so it's hard to even get an entry on this thing. But Toncoin has been doing its thing for the past 2-3 years now, steadily growing under the radar. So you want to really get into projects like that have been steadily growing under the radar, not pieces of dump that just randomly start going up. Like, this thing has been steadily making growth and announcements and changes. So Toncoin is a good ecosystem to look at. Honestly, I think we should start accumulating this like ASAP. As soon as we get some sort of entry, I really wanted to accumulate on the retest, but it's a little late right now. It is a little late right now. So any retest we get back down, maybe around the $5 range, Ton looks great. Ton looks like one that we should have been in right now. Ripple it's coming out with a lot of news as well. These things are lower. These things are lower than they should be. Just keep that in mind. These things are definitely lower than they should be. I think the one that I would be looking for kind of that short squeeze activity from is ICP, because ICP is actually building, right? Do you guys see the difference between ICP and Wax, right? The thing is, ICP, even though it launched out at $428, right? They're building, right? During this whole phase, they're building and still doing things, still making announcements, still dropping things. And it hasn't even been too long. They launched a mainnet, they launched proposals. They have integrations with Bitcoin, and the inauguration of the Internet Computers Compliance Subnet. They're doing a lot at ICP, and this thing, the squeeze on this thing is even tougher than any other thing that you can even imagine. The squeeze on this thing is way tougher because and they're even launching new things like monthly, weekly, daily. So if you're not an ICP, you're definitely sleeping. Anything under 10 on ICP is great, because even back up to here is 1,000%, $100. And that's not even hard. That's not even hard when we're really in full out cycle altcoin season. That wouldn't be too hard, especially seeing things like Donald Trump and Joe Biden gain traction. Solid projects will start to actually catch up as well. So you guys want to keep an eye on ICP as well. That is a project that I'm keeping an eye out. I want you guys to understand that I do also have a crypto course. So if you guys want to learn exactly how I break down all of these crypto projects and find the right projects that are low, that have use case, that actually are building, that actually gain traction, that actually will have a use case and actually will thrive during the bull run, understand I do have an actual advanced course that goes over all of this, how to research these projects deep down onto the bare bone statistics as to what they're doing behind the scenes with the tokenomics, the supply, the market cap. There's a lot of things that go into me actually getting into the project. So they have a lot of great things. Like, I don't want to rant on about a single project, but I try to just keep it open-ended, right? Look into it, do your own research, and understand they're doing a lot. They are doing a lot, and this is something you want to be a part of. If you look at their team alone, um, their team is crazy. I don't know if it shows it over here. I think it's on the Dfinity. This is their team, Dfinity. Their team is crazy. Like, these are the people you want to know that are in a crypto project, right? These guys are like builders, real crypto heads, right? A lot of these guys are like 15 years in transforming the way companies engage the markets. Bachelor, like these guys know what they're doing. Like this guy's gonna take the project. 17 years of experience building and scaling startups, right? That's lit right there. And they don't have just one of these guys. They have like 100 of them. So as long as they can deliver on what they say that they're doing, not-for-profit organization with the largest blockchain in Swiss, major contributor to the internet computer, yeah, definitely gonna be looking at that as opposed to like BNB things. I'm just waiting on 50k XRP. Yo, I'm waiting on 50k XRP as well. Honestly, I'm in XRP. Let me see. These are a lot of things that I look at. Giving you guys like a whole bunch of tokens. XRP is a safe one. If you guys want a safe one as well, that's similar to XRP, I would advise you and also say to look into Jupe, right? I would advise you to also do your own research, and I would also advise you to actually scale in and not over leverage. But if you guys put a little bit into Jupiter, understand the potential of this. This is the blockchain where everybody gets those Solana meme tokens. So those Solana meme tokens are like the big thing out right now, and anybody in them, they're utilizing Jupiter or Raydium. Raydium also does. I don't think they have a. No, they don't. They do. Yeah, they do have a governance token, and it is looking great. Honestly, Raydium might be a play as well, seeing that it is actually running. Raydium is also an exchange that they utilize on the Solana network. Honestly, Raydium is a big one. It's already running. It's already up 500%. To be honest, it's still good to enter. You guys have to understand that you're not late on Raydium because of seeing where the project can develop. A lot of people are going to continue to use Raydium. A lot of people are going to continue to use Jupiter. So I wouldn't be surprised if people actually get into their governance token and start staking things as well. And this could be one of those next plays of this cycle of the bull run. Like last time we had Polkadot, right? Polkadot ran crazy from its lows down here when it first launched, $4 all the way to $50 during the last bull cycle. So I wouldn't be surprised if Jupiter is another one of those plays that a lot of people are overlooking, but can be a nice conviction play to bring us something like this, right? A lot of these tokens are early and they just had 1 or 2 bad months, right? They have 1 good month, then 1 or 2 bad months, and they're followed by like 5 or 6 good months for the rest of the year. Sometimes they have to shake you out of the markets at the beginning of the year before it does things like this. And Jupiter, seeing where it's at, Jupiter is probably like going to be another like one of those sleepers that everybody is like not paying attention to. And I keep telling people about Jupiter. I keep telling people Jupiter, Jupiter, Jupiter. And I remember one time I told this guy Jupiter, and he was like, "What is a Jupiter?" Like, this is Jupiter right here, and this is where we're taking it. So understand the potential on Jupiter. Crazy run. Polkadot is looking great as well. I'm still holding this entry, but I want you guys to understand my risk management style as well. Once it did clear these highs, I actually did take out a small portion of my entry, 1/2 or 1/3, and I actually took out a little bit of my position. So now that when it's come back down to this entry over here, I can actually diversify into other tokens. I still am holding Polkadot though. I still am in this entry, Algorand as well. A lot of these things are kind of shaking a lot of people out before they make their moves towards the upside. So Algo, Dot, Jupiter, right? There's a lot of other projects, but I don't really want to go over every single project. There's more projects that we can go over, but for the most part, I will now take any questions in the chat. Does anybody have any questions or any pairs that they would like for me to look at before I end off the stream? Let's look at gold. So gold is sitting. Gold is sitting still. I completely forgot about it. But we are still sitting slightly just at entry, to be honest. We did just close as a bullish engulfing candle. Great Britain pound, as you guys can see, it retested that 5-minute candle and is now moving towards the upside as well. This one is kind of probably just gonna give some more trouble. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if this thing doesn't even like do what we wanted it to do. It's looking like it is, but let's just keep in mind we are in this trade. I do want to just like leave you guys off with one trade. I don't want to be executing on too many things. But GU and gold, right? GU and gold off of those 5-minute candles. These were a good case study for you guys that are watching the stream to really pay attention to the higher time frames and the lower time frames and use them in confluence. The higher time frames do give us our big major bias, and the fundamentals combined with that. When we see our lower time frame entries, we execute on them, and as you guys can see, we are right around entry on gold. I wouldn't be surprised within the next 5 or 10 minutes or so that we actually go ahead and start moving towards the upside. We could have caught a lower entry, I'm not gonna lie, but that's just the risk to reward that we took. We couldn't get into Great Britain pound because the futures market was closed, so we couldn't get in on here. But I'm glad we took our one entry. We're gonna leave it off with that. It's either gonna hit our stop loss or hit our take profit. Obviously, I will be going break even once we break this black line, and majority of the times actually taking profit around here. We'll see how it actually plays out. Any other pairs? Is there any other pairs that you guys would like for me to look at? Any other pairs? We could look at NQ. We could look at the NASDAQ. We could look at these things. NASDAQ having a little bit of a sell-off. I really wouldn't fade this. I would actually continue bullish. It's hard to fade the NASDAQ. Do you guys see how bullish the NASDAQ is? You're shorting at all-time highs. It's hard. You really just have to continue with the trend here. NASDAQ might not be the one. YM though, the Dow Jones US 30 is kind of stalling behind. Seeing if you guys can catch some buy entries down here on the Dow Jones YM. It does look like it's lagging behind a little bit. So YM, there's also ES. I don't think I'm trading ES. ES is already at highs as well, so ES is already gone. I'll probably put my focus on YM, things that are lagging. So if you can catch a bullish entry on YM this week, that would be a nice swing entry. I would say a little bit more towards this imbalance though. There is an imbalance that the market has left behind. And if we can retest down towards this imbalance candle a lot cleaner, we can get a reaction like this. I would most likely look to start looking into this trade. Honestly, I might not enter because I'm already focused on so many other things. But if it comes across my table around 9:30 a.m. tomorrow, then we probably will look to enter it as well. So YM is lagging behind the Dow Jones. And a setup like this to take this thing to the upside would, if this sticks, then it'd be crazy. Jito Sol reaches 11 million Sol in total volume. What is Jito? Tell me about Jito. Jito. I just got a notification about this, guys. Jito MEV powered staking rewards. Boost your yield by up to 15% when you stake with Jito. This is a Solana staking platform. We might be really, really early on this one. We might be really, really early. Jito network sitting at $2.08. This is a 300. What? This is a 300 million market cap. It launched back in December. 300 million market cap. 11 million SOL in total value. That's crazy. So yeah, Jito Sol might be one to look into. It's a MEV powered staking rewards. Boost your yield up to 15%. The future of Solana liquid staking. Jito enables token holders to make key decisions to shape the future of the Jito network. Why staking with us helps you. Unlock liquidity on your staked SOL to use across DeFi. Always keep custody of your funds. Stake to the first MEV powered staked pool. So I'm going to try this out. You deposit SOL into the pool. You receive Jito SOL. The Jito stake pool delegates your SOL to MEV validators. Those validators auction off block space and receive MEV rewards. These rewards are redistributed to the stake pool as extra APY. And your SOL, Jito SOL accrues MEV rewards in addition to staking rewards. And on top of that, the token goes up depending on what token they're giving you, which is probably this Jito stake SOL. What is the value of this? Gotta look at that. Very, very important, because that's the token that they're giving you for staking the actual coin. And right now, Jito staked SOL sitting at $165. I can see why it's gaining in volume, because Jito stakes SOL, the staking token that they're giving you is crazy. So it's a good project. Honestly, I'll let you guys know if I actually get into it though. But stay tuned in the Discord. Honestly, anybody that is a part of the Discord or my course, you guys are definitely updated. So definitely the links are in the description of this video. Honestly, I don't really want to kind of prolong it too long. So we are very aware of the trade setups that we're in, gold and GU. We will continue to actually hold these setups and let you guys know what I end up doing with these setups. I have not touched my risk to reward whatsoever. So GU is looking like it's running. Honestly, looks like that would have been the setup to get in, but the GU market kind of played with us. That's fine. Gold is still a focus, so we'll keep an eye out on it, and if it doesn't actually play out, that's fine. It's good risk anyways on this potential setup, and we're not over risking whatsoever. So that's GBP USD. Jito. You guys got the link to the Discord. Let me just go ahead and drop it one more time. ProfitSociety.co. Again, anybody that's in the free side, you guys are always welcome to ask any questions as well. Just know any of my course students or anybody that is a part of any of my courses will get access to the premium section. And if you guys want access to the course, you guys can always go to Currency Connect and grab my course as well. And with that being said, honestly, guys, I'm gonna leave you guys off with those setups here. Gold is looking like it might actually hit our stop, but it did not quite yet. So we are still in the setup. Did not close the trade, and I'm gonna leave it off with that. I appreciate each and every single one of you guys for tapping in. If you guys got some value from this stream, drop a 333 in the chat. Honestly, I do kind of want to see if anybody is still active. Honestly, the last down candle before the up move could be a possible move still here on gold. Hopefully XRP does hit 50K, because honestly that would be a great play as well for anybody that is in that setup. So XRP, Jupiter, great projects to look into. But yes sir, let's get it. Anybody else, any other questions, drop a 333 in the chat. If you have any other questions, comments, or concerns, or if you just simply got some value, definitely let me know in the chat box. If not, I'll see you guys inside the Discord. With that being said, hope you guys have a blessed night, and I'll see you guys at the top or from the top, because again, the bottom is way too crowded, family. Let's get it.